Now, the first type of angle pairs that we need to learn about occur whenever we get two straight lines crossing over each other. When that happens, we have one angle equal to the one that's directly opposite, and we call these vertically opposite angles. Now, vertically opposite angles don't really need to be vertical. For example, these two here are also vertically opposite angles, even though they look like they're sort of horizontal. So this is just a mathematical term, which means two angles that are on the opposite side of crossed lines. And there's a few ways to prove this. One would be to fold the picture in half if we made a dotted line coming along here and along here, and we could see that this angle would sit right on top of this one. We could also fold it directly this way to see that this angle would sit right on top of this angle. While we're at it, we could also spin the picture around from its centre and see that these angles are the same because if we spun the picture around, it has rotational symmetry. So vertically opposite angles occur anytime we have crossed lines. This is equal to this, and that is equal to that. So we need to get that done first. Now, all the other angle pairs that we need to learn about happen in and around parallel lines. So first thing to investigate, what are parallel lines? Well, parallel lines are shown with this symbol. It has an arrow on there that pretty much shows it's just going to keep on going. And they're like train tracks, always a constant width apart. They never get closer and they're never going to meet. Now, when we have a line going across a pair of parallel lines, let's label the parallel lines so we can get this down in your books. We call this line a transversal. Now, in and around the transversal, a few interesting things happen. We get quite a lot of angles that are the same as each other. These ones in purple that I'm going to draw are called corresponding angles. And they are equal. Now, how can you remember that the corresponding angles are these ones? Well, see how it almost looks like they're in the same place compared to this whole intersection here, but just on the next intersection up. It's on the top right corner, isn't it, if you think of these four spaces here as having a sort of a top right, top left, bottom right. And this one up here is on the next intersection, and it's in the same place. And corresponding means in the same place, but perhaps moved along a little bit further. So corresponding angles are equal. Can we spot other pairs of corresponding angles in this picture? Absolutely. This one here would correspond with this one. They're both top left. This one here and this one here are also corresponding. They're bottom right. And we need another type of symbol. How about this? Notice how I've made everything have a different symbol. And this. These two angles are also corresponding. So we've got a whole heap of corresponding angles there. All right, I'm going to remove the corresponding angles now so that we can draw the next type. The next ones I'm going to draw, I'll put in red. Next, we need to learn about alternate angles. Now, think about what alternate means. If I say I'm handing out a sheet of paper to every alternate person, it means one for you, not for you, one for you, not for you. Maybe handing things out to every second person, we say we're giving it out alternately. So alternate angles are also equal. And what do we mean by every second one or every alternate one? Well, if this angle here needs to find others that are the same and alternate, it's this one up here. You'll notice it almost makes a little bit like a Z if you follow the path of both of the angles. And we can see that they're alternate. If we look at going around the inside here, it's sort of every second one that we want. So there's another pair of alternate angles there. This one would be alternate to this one. And if I highlighted those, it's almost like a Z2, but a back to front Z. So the alternate angles, they look a little bit like a Z in there like that. The corresponding angles, they look like this. All right. The alternate angles are not up here and down here, they're really just inside the parallel lines. So you might want to jot that down, inside the parallel lines. Okay, next we are going to draw in some more angles. So we'll get rid of these red ones. And we're going to learn about co-interior angles. There's a little dash there, co-interior angles. Now think about what this word means, co-interior. Co means together, interior means on the inside. So we're looking for a pair of angles that are together on the inside. Can you see how this angle and this angle are both together on the inside? And they almost make sort of like a C shape if you outline them both. So I'm going to write that in there, the C shape. And they are together on the inside. So there'd be another pair of co-interior angles in this picture. This one and this one are also together on the inside, on this side of the picture. And the angles on the outside are not involved here. And that's pretty much your angle pairs.